pay anything, it's not licensed. And strong data visualization. Those graphs are easily generated in Python. So in the hands-on, maybe 1 or 2 graphs, when you do, you realize, oh, this much code to be written and such a nice graph turns out. Okay. Then for data visualization, some of the Python libraries that are required. I'm not sure have you done the hands-on yesterday with Python? You have done little. So you already are aware of the Python packages of the libraries. So for data visualization, these are the ones. Matplotlib, the most common one is Matplotlib. Then Seaborn, ggplot, Bokeh, Plotly, Pygel, Geoplotly, lots are there. Finally, if you're still not convinced that data visualization is interesting and in demand, let me show you. Let's say we have to show something related to India map or something like that. Isn't this interesting? Like the COVID cases, where it is more, where it is less, with different shades of green color. You can do this in Python. And you know the name, maybe not. It is called as Choropath map. Similarly, gone are those days when you make a 2D scatter plot. This is a 3D scatter plot. In a 3-dimensional aspect, you are seeing how the values are scattered. Okay? So this is a 3D scatter plot. I think this you know, Venn diagram. Okay, this can be done in Python also, showing a Venn diagram. Pie chart, I kept this one as a simple one so that you can correlate. This is what you do, right? How many of you prefers Java programming language? How many of you prefer C? How many of you prefer Python? If I make a percentage, if I take an statistical analysis, we'll discuss a little today in the hands-on. This is very interesting for machine learning, heat map. We often use that. Okay, so if you have interest for machine learning, always think that heat map is very, very important. This you often see, right? This kind of diagrams, do you see? Nowadays when we prepare banners and all also, we try to show these words, related words. And this is called as word cloud. Word cloud. Okay. This can be done in Python also. Okay. So I can't promise I'll show you all these because this takes time. Only for data visualization, if you want to have a session, then it can be shown. Okay, you will find it so interesting how to design this. So let's see if I have to make a word cloud related to data science. Data science can be the big word, right? As you can see here, success is the bigger word. So the size determines how important the word is. So slightly lesser than data science, I can write data analysis, visualization. All these are related to data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Some small terms, that's its central tendency. This is a small topic. That can be a very small size. So word cloud is very important. Lastly, area chart, I think I have shown you before also, area chart. So I hope now you're convinced data visualization is a very interesting topic in itself. Okay? And as I said, whether you're working in a company or you are a student, when you make your reports, think of interesting report making through these data visualization. Okay? Then, slowly, let me proceed ahead with the data pre-processing. Okay? I think few more slides and then we will have hands-on on these data pre-processing or the next topic. So when I talk about data pre-processing and why is it required, so it's a technique to transform the raw data into a meaningful format. So when you are given a data, let's say you're working in a company, okay, and you ask some XYZ, let's say a hospital, okay, a company has a tie-up with a hospital and you have asked the hospital to give you some data related to patients. Okay, some comparisons like how company A is performing in comparison to company B. Okay, in that case you can go for bar chart, line chart, column chart, area chart. All these you are supposed to use it at a very fluent level for your report making. To give you an example, have a look. I hope it's visible. So first one is the scatter plot. How the values are scattered, marked. Second one is a bubble chart. I don't know how clear it is, but can you guess? Here the bigger one, this is China. This bigger is India, then Indonesia, Brazil. Can you check from this bubble chart? What does it indicate? What do you think? What this bubble chart indicates? China and India showing like as a V. It represents what? What is being shown here? Any guess? in which case India and China is actually leading a lot. Technology, India, we cannot really say the leader in technology. Population, actually it is showing population. India and China, that's why you look at the bubble chart. Isn't it so easy? If I say look at this bubble chart to find out which are the most populous countries. If you make a tabular representation of all countries which encompasses 3-4 pages, it's so difficult. But look at this bubble chart, it becomes so easy. This is area chart. Have a look, the down one. Area chart. It's a comparison between, let's say, 3 companies. So easily you can say, let's say if I say company 1 is blue color, okay, the profit of company 1 is shown in blue color, the profit of company 2 is shown in red color, the profit of company 3 is shown in green color. Now with this, can you say company 1 or 2 or 3, which one has done better? 1 is blue, 2 is red, 3 is green. Looking at the, yes? 3, right. Okay. So because it's at a higher spike, so these kind of very simple yet powerful diagrams are expected if you want to show your reports. Then there are a few more. Let me not show everything. Now, just don't think that whatever chart, okay, I know this kind of simple chart, but there are complicated graphs also. Like, have a look at this connection map. If a company is trading across several countries, isn't this connection map very interesting to show? And you can make such maps using Python easily. Okay? And that's why you have to learn Python. You can't ignore it in this today's world. Be it from any branch, but you have to be like you have to have some basic knowledge. Lastly, this is called as a node link diagram, just to show you, like nodes, consider them as users. Let's say Facebook users, and who are connected to whom. Okay, so that's called as a node link diagram. So even if you think, okay, data visualization graphs, I know the simple graphs like pie chart, bar chart, histogram. That's not the end of the story. That's much more beyond that. Again, now early detection of any disease has become easier now, and thanks to data analysis or data science or AI. Now I'm intermingling this term. I will tell you later why. Okay? So, if we come up with a good definition, you can check out. So data analytics is the science of analyzing data. So actually it's a good blend of science as well as arts and other branch also. Why am I saying again? Because it needs a little bit of creativity and a variety of thinking. So it's majorly science, but it has a blend of art and other areas of creativity that is required. Then various approaches to data analytics. Now, where can you work upon? Okay? How much can you work upon? Now, jobs are plenty in the field of data analyst, data scientist, and so on, data engineers. So if you are planning to become a data analyst or data scientist or data engineer, you have to understand at what level you want to work. Now, the first level, as you can see here, if you just want to explore on, let's see, for 2 of you, the CGPA is missing. It's such an important record to be kept, right? So sometimes data may be missing. So we have to fill up with some data or the other. Otherwise, how to calculate the average CGPA of a class? If for few of you, the CGPA itself is missing in some records. So data may be incomplete, missing. Data may be noisy. How can it be noisy? Like for a company, let's imagine you all are working in a company. All of you are within the age limit of 20 to, let's say, 60. And suddenly I find one record, 301. The age is 301. Is it possible? No. What have been the mistake? Someone must have typed 30, that one got pressed mistakenly. Humans are prone to errors. Okay, so the age is shown as 301. So that is why we say data is noisy. Some errors, some outliers will be there. And data is inconsistent. Again, why inconsistent? Because if I ask, please rate my way of teaching, and do not say anything else beyond. Okay, my way of delivering this talk. If I ask you to read, one of you may give me out of 1 to 5 because I have not mentioned, and I hope I'll get a decent 2 or 3 at least. Okay, so you might have given out of 5 2 or 3. Someone might have rated me out of 1 to 10 and might have given 6, 7, whatever. Someone may have given A, but I'm not sure. A means the lowest, or you have considered A the highest. So inconsistent data. Or your date of birth. Someone have given me with a dash. Someone wrote the month like January, JAN. Someone may have written JAN, UARY. So variety of ways of storing data if it is not fully mentioned. That becomes inconsistent data. So now you understood why do we pre-process data? Because it may be incomplete, noisy or inconsistent. And hence pre-processing is very, very important. Now in a big company, it's not the job of the data scientist or data analyst to do pre-processing. There is someone working at a separate level, and that is called as data engineer. So you can see, if you have the right skills, you have plenty of job offers in big companies. You can become a data engineer, provided you know how to deal with data pre-processing. You can become data analyst if you know a little beyond that. Okay, how to analyze data and show graphical reports. You can become a data scientist. That means you are more like a boss for the data analyst and the data engineers. Okay, working at a higher level. So jobs are plenty. Why? But where are we lacking behind is our skills. And I'm talking theoretically. You have to really plunge yourself practically to know all these. Okay. Then you will find enough jobs, because I have seen, let me talk on a practical basis, I've seen my nephews and niece who are really doing well in these kind of, like I will always promote, go for data science, go for data analysis. They are earning in 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs because they have mastered in data science. So for them the jobs are there. Companies are ready to hire. But we have to master ourselves at that level. Are we thorough in data engineering, that is pre-processing? Are we thorough with data visualization? You know, if you're thinking that after engineering I'll focus to MBA. In MBA also you may have heard of business analytics. It's ultimately data analysis, but in business, and it is termed as business analytics. So they learn data visualization. Usually for standard deviation we use the symbol sigma. And how do we find out? Denominator is easy based on how many numbers you're dealing with. If n numbers, go for n. And then square root of summation of I equal to 1 to n. Okay, let me write, don't get scared. This is the formula for standard deviation. What is x bar? X bar is the arithmetic mean of all numbers. That you know how to find the mean. Just now we talked about mean only, sum of all the numbers divided by x. So arithmetic. What is xi? Each number. Each of the values. So what you are supposed to do? Take first value. Let's say first value is 2. 2 minus the mean of all the values, both is square, and again add it, summation 3. Got it? And somewhere I have written median and in place equal to 2, right? So he was asking me what is in place equal to 2. That means in that proper place where it is null value, actually fill it up with the median value. It's not temporarily shown. You actually fill up with the median value. Rest is the last 2 previous statements is just for sure. I'm doing this so that you understand. Otherwise, I've seen students have a tendency just to copy paste. what is drop NA function doing? Are you getting it? Drop NA function, it is dropping or removing the rows with missing values. I think since you are sitting in a group, at least if it works in one, it is fine. Some of you are still facing troubles. At least like you share with him. No, you at least try to understand it is more important. You, if you are having problem, you are writing less, so you just check from her. Okay. So in that way, both of you are fine. So what is the third step? We'll do third method. The best method, as I said. And you catch it out here. Your age cannot be 240. What happened? Instead of 24, it became 240, an extra 0 got added. Okay. So how to detect such kind of outliers and how to remove them? Okay. So one thing is we will plot a graph, which is also called as a histogram. I'll take an example of, let's say, age. So age can be from 0 to 10. So you have to make a fixed interval. That's obvious. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. These are, let's say, ages. Okay. I'm just giving an example. These are the ages of people. You all will be within which range? Mostly 10 to 20 range. Let's imagine few cases 20 to 30 also. There is no age bar, right, for studying. So let's some of us are studying at this age also 20 to 30 and whatever. Okay. Or rather the seniors will be more, na? In 20 to 30, or rather we can go for this also. And let's say few are in 30 to 40 range also. There is no harm after doing job and let's say. And let's say suddenly you find one person. Okay, these are the ages, and suddenly you find, or let's say very exceptional case, one or two cases showing age of student is 90 to 100, which is almost impossible, right? So this is an example of what? Out here, where you feel no, this is something wrong happening. So how will you detect out here? Because detecting is important, right? So if you have bulk amount of data, how will you detect? By plotting this kind of a histogram. Let me quickly plot all the values. What I can see, okay, there is a similarity with these values. All are within 10 to 30 and all these. And suddenly I see one or two values extremely different. So I know I have detected these are outliers. And then what is our next task? I have to remove those outliers, right? I have to discover. Otherwise I'll get wrong answers. Isn't it? If someone's age shows us 240, while doing the calculations, obviously it will end up with statistics. You have to be very precise with every numbers. We cannot go wrong even with one data. So we have to remove this outliers. One way, there are two ways of removing outliers, and one of the way is using the concept of standard deviation. Have you heard of this standard random dot display? This is a random function to randomly fill up with some values in these rows and columns. So just imagine a table will be created now of 5 rows, 3 columns, and randomly some values will be filled up. Why randomly some values will be filled up? Because we use the function, what is that? np.random.randomn. So create a table with 5 rows, 3 columns, give the row names as row number A, row number C, and so on, and columns. Is it okay? I hope you have understood this language. So understanding these concepts is easier. Just copy paste will not help you. So now you just try after this on your own. On your own, you just type print, P-R-I-N-T. Not capital, okay? I hope you all know. Just type to try out print, and then give the parenthesis or the bracket. The parenthesis, the bracket, first bracket, and within that you have to write df. No quotes. No, we don't need quotes. Just write df. Did you realize what is df? Just on top of that, what is df here? It's the data frame that you have created. The data frame variable that you created with 3 rows. Are you getting it? Because you want to see how the table looks like. Next, you know how to run it. I hope you know how to run it. Please run this much only. Okay. So I want that even if you learn 2 programs, but it should be thorough. Okay. So just try and see what does happen. when you go back, you should not feel, okay, Saturday all waste, the whole day got wasted. I hope you won't carry that in mind and